Nut guan hainem yan hopi matiwa, but nut Brianna Medrano yan pahan matiwa. Nut iswungwa, nut mongkapkat, sinon nut tusonep kita. Hello, my name is Brianna Medrano, and I identify as Mexican and Hopi. My Hopi name is Guan Hainem, and I am Red Fox Clan from the village of Moncapi. Despite calling Moncapi my home, I was born in Illinois and raised across many states, as well as overseas, along with my older sister and eventually my little sister due to my parents being in the military. Growing up in different environments and going to school with a variety of kids was a fun experience that I got to have. Once my parents retired and were finished with the military, we returned back home and went to school on the reservation for a year. It was a big adjustment because it was very different from previous schools, the way kids would talk and act. In a way, I felt more comfortable. At home, I was able to learn and be a part of my culture in a way I wasn't before. My family eventually moved again to Flagstaff before I entered high school, and when it came to high school, I wasn't fully aware of what college was like. I was just made aware that that is where my next steps were. By the time my sophomore year rolled around, I started getting invited to different college programs and started getting curious. Eventually, my school counselor, who also happened to be Native, started discussing college with me. Although the questions started being asked way before then, it wasn't until the beginning of my senior year when I started looking into different colleges and different majors I could pursue. Given how well I did in high school, I was able to apply and get accepted into good colleges, which eventually led me here. As of now, I am currently finishing my first year at the University of Arizona and reside in Marana, Arizona, with both my parents and sisters. Coming into the university and taking Native SOAR, SOAR standing for Student Outreach Access and Resiliency, has brought me a different light of what Indigenous students had to go through in the past and what they still have to go through in the present. I see my mentees online who are trying to work towards where we are after high school. Some have already applied to college and some already know what they want to pursue as a career. I mentored online and I know the difficulties these students have of having internet problems due to living on reservations where good internet connection is hard to come by, or even the difficulty of paying attention through Zoom. But they do it and it's amazing. I realize how curious these students are when it comes to college life. Mentoring these Native students made me realize that what I'm doing right now in this course is giving back to my community. From Kiama's readings, I have learned about the funds of knowledge and how doing my college homework at the same time as my younger sister doing her first grade homework is benefiting her to continue. Living closer to what we call home, she's now starting to experience traveling back and forth from our home village while still being expected to go to school the next day, just as my older sister and I once did, and I'm still doing so myself. I'm showing her that getting an education and still having cultural roots is doable, and that she shouldn't feel guilty for wanting both. As Barry Boyce said, culture is the base for knowledge that ultimately leads to power in his tribal critical race theory reading. During class this year, we had guest speaker Vince Flores, who is a part of the Native Music Coalition, come and teach us to make what he called an ojo de venado, and he brought with him important lessons of doing things with a good heart and good intentions, and things will turn out good. This is a lesson I've also been taught from a young age, told to me through my elders, and still to this day it's been brought up during every teaching. As a wildcat here at the University of Arizona, I am provided with a space I can go and do homework at or connect with other Native students. I am provided with classes where I am able to learn more about the history of Native Americans and Indigenous lives in higher education. Through Native SOAR, I was provided with connections with Indigenous graduate, community, and professional mentors who have been through the system of higher education and who are still going through it now. As Tachini touches in her readings, not many students are granted the feeling of belonging right away when walking onto campuses. With that being said, I consider myself lucky to be able to see and connect with people that have skin like mine, humor like mine, and a laugh like mine. It's special and makes me feel like I belong when I wasn't even aware that I felt like I didn't. Asquali, thank you.